Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. How are we all doing on this Friday morning? This is Reganelite here. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you guys are ready for the weekend. This is the last weekend before Christmas. So if you haven't got your presents, I have to say, what have you been doing? You should have got them sooner. It's your own fault. Silly sausage. Obviously, I'm kidding, guys. Honestly, unfortunately, some people forget about certain people or whatnot, and then they're like having to scramble around to get their presents. They're like, ah! Luckily, I'm not in that situation. And I think it was just last week on Monday. My last gift that I had for my missus came in, thank God. And no, it wasn't an Amazon gift, guys. It was someone somewhere else. So, and it's her birthday tomorrow, so I'll be able to give everything that I've got for her for her birthday, and then obviously for her for Christmas. But enough about birthdays and Christmas, guys. Let me just pause that there. I hate what they've done with the here on the live YouTube studio thing. I wish they didn't have the screen like that. I liked looking at the analytic thing, but they've changed the setting on here, which is very, very annoying indeed. But anyways, for those who are new here, welcome to the Good Morning Show with Reganelite. My name is Reganelite. And this live stream is being recorded on Friday, the 19th of December 2025 at just after 11 o'clock a.m. UK time. We go for about an hour long, and what we normally do on this live stream, we look at today's daily quota, a quote that may make your day, might be worth piquing your interest. We'll have a look at the weather. We'll see what the weather's like across the world, but more specifically the UK, and then we'll have a look at some of what the headlines are in different varieties of news. So from like The Guardian or Al Jazeera, Associated Press, we'll see what the headlines they've got, what stories they've got coming up on them, guys. And I just want to remind people as well, I will still be doing a Good Morning Show. I'm still planning to do one every day up to Christmas. So I will still be here Monday. I'll still be here Tuesday. I'll be still here Christmas Eve. Yep, there will be Good Morning Shows, because guess what? My partner is still going to be working. So as long as she's working, as long as she's working all the way up to Christmas Eve. So there's no I might as well do a show for you guys anyway. And there's going to be always news to talk about anyway. So, and another thing as well, there will be a fun Christmas Eve show at 8 o'clock, guys. I'm going to be doing a fun show, guys. No doom and gloom, like the doom and gloom. We're gonna have some funny. We're gonna have some good news. We're gonna have some funny news. We're gonna have some funny videos, and we're just gonna have a laugh, guys. So if you got nothing planned on Christmas Eve at all, join me at 8 o'clock for a fun show. Basically, it's just me and you guys, and we're just gonna watch a bunch of videos, read a bunch of good and funny stories together, and that's pretty much it, guys. So do join me for that, and I'm doing it Christmas Eve because there's I can't live stream on Christmas Day, guys. I know people want me to, but I just can't. I want to spend time with family and loved ones. Yeah, okay, that's just it, guys. And I kind of want to come back a bit out of it. I may do a Good Morning Show on Boxing Day. I haven't fully decided whether I will or not. I might do that. It depends, because I probably will do it, guys, just for you guys, because the weekend, obviously, I'm going up to my family to see my family over that weekend period, understandably so. So it makes logical sense for me to do that as well. And also, just before we get going, as you guys know, I haven't really, last couple of days, I was in Manchester yesterday. I travelled up Wednesday morning, and I only came back yesterday. Was a very long trip. I finally got to meet Lee Korn, who was my co-partner when we did the Snowflake show. It was so lovely to finally meet him, and yes, we have got some photos of each other together, and we spent a good couple of hours in Manchester as well, so I'm very, very happy to have finally met him. And for those who are wondering, I can't wait to go back to Manchester. I think Manchester, I only got a few hours to kind of look around the city, and there's a lot there. So there's definitely something on my bucket list to give Manchester a bit more time. So if AEW, that's All Elite Wrestling, which is the show I went to, if they do another show there, my plan is to stay the night before so that I can actually spend more time around Manchester and see more of it, basically. So that's there. As you guys know, because I've been away, obviously, I'm going to be chasing up today and the next couple of days about what's happening with the demonetizing. I have got some emails and some DMs from Team YouTube support and whatnot that I need to chase up over the next few days as well. So that I've got need to do. In the meantime, if you guys want to financially support me in the work that I'm doing currently, you can become a paid YouTube member and have your name on the scroll bar down below here, or you can buy me a coffee. Links for both of them are in the description. I just want to say a big thank you. I hope I say the name right, to a Giza girl who bought me blue hearts. I didn't see that one. I don't know when that was sent to me, but I just want to say thank you if you are in the chat for that. I don't know how many blue hearts you bought me because it's one heart for £5, 3 heart for £15, and 5 hearts for 25, just for reference there. So if you just wanted to send a small little something to me, you're more than welcome to. And I've noticed that I was having a look this morning. I saw a couple of people looking at the paid content. Apologies, I haven't written too much descriptions. It was planned. I had that planned out one in advance, but that paid content drops every single day, guys. It's scheduled all the way into the new year. So if you ever want to check out some of the holiday snaps from my times, there's something for paid members to get just for reference there, guys. Right, so let me quickly say hello to everyone in the chat. Good morning, Marty Von Erich. Hope you are doing well. Love and sausages to you. Viper Scott, good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Ellie, good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Indy Duck, good to see you there as well. Amy, good to see you there. Good morning. Hope you are doing well. Yep, Viper Scott with the link there. Good morning, Mad Monk. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you are doing well as well. Viper Scott, just so you're aware, because obviously I don't know what's happening with our admin on the Discord server, I've made you a moderator just in case. I mean, I know I've got Mad Monk already as a moderator on the Discord, but I've just added you on there as an extra member just in case for anything as well. I don't know how often you spend on it, but yeah, if you see anything that doesn't look right, just ping me on there. All right. Rosemary, good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Scott Hayes as well. Is there anyone else I've missed? I think that's everyone. Dave McGinnis, good morning to you, my friend. Hope you are doing well. Great show as always. And I will pop in on Christmas Day. I will pop in. I won't be able to stay in for too long, but I will pop in to say hello to everyone. I will do that there. And yes, David Mulligan. I hope he's doing well. I hope he is doing well, and I hope he has a lovely Christmas as with all of you there. Good morning, Martin, as well. Good to see you there as well. Yeah, thank you guys all for coming. I really do appreciate it. Right, let's get started, shall we? Let's have a look at today's daily quote. Here it is, guys. Here is today's daily quota. Here it is. The light's a bit weird here because the sun is beaming out there, guys. The sun is beaming out there. That's why. So it's an anonymous quote. It's an anonymous one here. Try not to use your energy to worry. Use your energy to believe. Try not to use your energy to worry. Use your energy to believe. I think this one hits me a lot more than maybe... Seriously, you're going to ring the doorbell at this time? I'm not answering it. Sorry. I'm not answering the doorbell now. I'm not answering the doorbell. No, I'm not. This one really does resonate with me, obviously, with what's happened with my channel, obviously being demonetized, and it's something that I do worry about whether I'm going to get it back or not, and I shouldn't really worry about it because sometimes things happen for a reason. So, and yeah, I should be using my energy to believe, but I'm also realistic about how long it will take for me to get monetized again, guys. I am. That is a reality that I accept at the moment. As for tomorrow's, which is my partner's, tomorrow is my partner's birthday. This is her one for her day. The gifts of caring, attention, affection, appreciation, and love are some of the most precious gifts you can give, and they don't cost you anything. This is tomorrow's daily quota, guys. The gifts of caring, attention, affection, appreciation, and love are some of the most precious gifts you can give, and they don't cost you anything. And that is tomorrow's daily quota there, guys. If you want to see Sunday's one, you can follow me on my socials and you can find them there. I post them on the Discord community as well in the daily quote up thread in case anyone wants to see it as well. But I will be back again as always on Monday just for reference there. So that is today's daily quote, sir. Martin, good to see you there. Hope you're doing well. I am now new Patreon member. Are you? Hold on a second. Thank you so much, Martin. Thank you. I will definitely add you. I will add you to the list. I can't do it now, but I will add you to the list after the live stream. Thank you so much thank you so much, my friend, for your support. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who's joined the Patreon. I really appreciate it. In the new year, guys, for those who don't know, I will be putting out proper content. Not just the paid content, but I'll probably be putting out proper content in the new year as well for members, just for everyone on there, just for reference as well. But thank you, I really appreciate that. Right, guys, I need to drink some water after all that yapping. Shall we have a look at what's worrying, what's going on on our big beautiful planet, guys? Here it is, the big beautiful planet. Here it is. This is the weather map here. If my screen wasn't so dark, I would be able to show you my jumper, my Christmas wrestling jumper, but it's too dark for me to show you guys. Here it is, London, 8 degrees there. We can see plenty of cloud, plenty of snowstorms, plenty of rainstorms as well. Zooming a bit closer into our big beautiful planet. It's cold in Canada and Alaska. Yellowknife 29, Anchorage -20. Yeah, I know. Oh, there. Ottawa 3, New York 12, Miami, a very nice and warm 29 degrees. San Francisco 13, Vancouver 5, Mexico City 16 degrees there. Temperatures still nice and toasty in parts of South America there. We can see like Rio de Janeiro at 25 degrees, for example, there. Parts of South Africa are still, parts of Africa still fairly warm as well. Cape Town 21. And we can see some of those temperatures there. Colombo there 25, Perth 17, Darwin 27, Sydney 24, Auckland 18. Philippines there, a very warm 26 there. Beijing, a very chilly 1 degrees. It's cold in China, as it is in Tokyo there, 5 degrees. New Delhi is 11. Saudi Arabia 11 there, Riyadh. Tehran there is a very chilly 4 degrees as well. Baghdad 12, Cairo 16. And lots of parts of Russia, as you would expect, to be very cold because of where it's located. What's our friends up in Iceland? How are they doing there? They've got a chilly 4 degrees there. They've got some snowstorms we can see there, as you would expect up in Iceland there. Murmansk there, -3 degrees here. Let's have a look at Europe, see what Europe is like. Bits of snow in Spain. Madrid 9, Lisbon 12. Rome at 12, Nice 12, Bern 5. There's bits of rain around Europe, but most of it is pretty dry from the looks of it. Zagreb 7, Tiara 11, Palermo 13 there, Athens 13, Istanbul 10, Bucharest 3, Chistu 3, Zagreb 7, Vienna 5, Prague 2, Berlin 8, Warsaw 3, Kiev very cold 0 degrees, as is Moscow there. Minsk and Vilnius 1 and -1 respectively there. St. Petersburg 3, Riyadh 3, Oslo there 7 degrees. Just zooming into Brussels there is 8 degrees there. And as for today, guys, this is what we are forecasting here at the moment. So around this morning, there are parts of Scotland that are experiencing some rain and some snow, but are going to be experiencing it this morning. But if we go a bit further, a bit later on in the day, you expect that to clear up. And we can see some of the temperatures here, guys. Those temperatures this morning, if you're up in certain parts of Scotland, they'll be a lot colder than others. Belfast, Dublin 9, Manchester 9, Cardiff 10, London 10. But if we just switch it to a bit later on in the day, those temperatures are going to drop tonight. Temperatures are going to drop from the looks of it here. We got Edinburgh 7, Belfast, Dublin 7, Manchester 7, Cardiff 7, London 8. This is 6 o'clock tonight, respectfully, guys. Moving closer overnight, you can see those temperatures are dropping again. And again, these are what the temperatures we're going to be experiencing overnight into Saturday, guys. Please be aware. So yeah, Edinburgh 5, Manchester 5, Cardiff 5, London 6, Belfast and Dublin 6 and 8 respectively. So it's going to be a cold night tonight, guys, into the next day. Well, if we go into the next morning on Saturday here. It looks like there's a rainstorm hitting parts of Ireland here, but it hasn't hit UK yet. So it should be a dry morning tomorrow on Saturday. Most of the UK pretty much. But it looks like later on Saturday, do we get some rain? So no, it's still going to hit parts of England and Wales there. But it looks like, but yeah, I think Scotland, you're going to get a dry day for most of tomorrow. You're going to get a dry day, most parts of it, which is a nice change there. And those temperatures, they're not really changing too much, I would say. 9-10 degrees. Edinburgh still 7 there, but yeah, it's not really dropping it's not really changing too much there. Even for tomorrow evening, guys, we can see 7, 5, 8, and 9 degrees is there. If we move into late into there, looks like there are tiny bits of rain, so there might be some places that will get some showers there. So maybe around where I am, I might experience some showers there, but it looks like Ireland's going to be experiencing most of that rain from the looks of it there. Moving overnight from Saturday night into Sunday morning here, we can see those temperatures. 3 o'clock in the morning, there will be some forecast of showers dropping overnight from Saturday night into Sunday morning here. Temperatures still going to be chilly, guys. 5, 7, 6, 6, 7, and 8 degrees in parts of the UK. Moving into Sunday morning here, there is definitely some showers dropping. If not in Ireland, it's going to be dropping in parts of the UK there. Looks like there's going to be a patch of snow perhaps as well on Sunday morning in parts of Scotland there, as well as some showers forecast there. You can still see there's going to be some chilly temperatures there. Moving a bit further in onto lunchtime on Sunday here. Temperatures are still pretty chilly, but 9, 10, some of the same temperatures we've already been experiencing throughout this period here. Moving a bit further on into Sunday evening, it looks like there's going to be some showers in parts of south or west England. We've got Belfast, Dublin 8, and Manchester 8. I will refresh them after I've done the weather check. Viper Scott, thank you. I will double check for you, my friend. Edinburgh 7, London 9, and Cardiff 7 there. Moving overnight, guys, from Sunday overnight into midnight. Oh, we've got quite a bit of a rainstorm coming up from the looks of it there into Sunday night into Monday morning there. Temperatures, as you expect, roughly around about the same. It's not like we've had some days in November where they were like 0 to 1, 2 degrees. Haven't really had that in some parts. Some of you guys may have experienced those temperatures this month, but most of the time it's been around about the 6, 5 degrees. So it's not been as freezing cold, but it's still obviously cold, but not as freezing cold, shall we say, in some parts. Because we have had those temperatures last month. But I do believe that January we will probably get those really cold temperatures there. But looking at Monday morning here, guys, and again, I just remind you, I will be live for another Good Morning Show at 11 o'clock. So if you guys want to join me for that, you can do. If you've got nothing planned for Monday morning. Looking into Monday, 6 o'clock. And I do plan on doing an evening show as well, guys. So you get dual live streams on Monday there. But yeah, Monday morning, we can see some showers. Definitely in parts of Scotland. Parts of Wales, parts of South. Really down at the southwest of England there, and some drizzle around parts of England there as well. Temperatures 8, 6, 6, Dublin, Cardiff, Manchester and London 8, Belfast 7 there, and Edinburgh 8. But just moving a bit further over, you can see it looks like some of it's going to dissipate in Monday as the time goes on. But those temperatures are staying roughly around about the same on Monday. So Monday's going to be a chilly day. Monday's going to be a chilly day, and we'll just have a quick look at what Tuesday's looking like. Looks like overnight on Tuesday it's going to be cold again, as those temperatures are staying around 5, 6 degrees in most parts there. So I want to be aware of that as well. And then Christmas Eve, I believe Wednesday's Christmas Eve. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. Christmas Eve, we'll look at it on Monday anyway. But it looks like Christmas Eve is going to be some very cloudy there, and it looks like it's just going to be cold. 6, 7, 8, 7 degrees. Doesn't look like they're forecasting any rain. Either that or they haven't updated it there. And then Thursday, Christmas Day. I'm pretty sure they haven't updated this yet, because you cannot tell me it's going to be 2 full days without rain and snow. So I think they need to update this. But we'll see closer to the time on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day and see what they forecast there for us. But it looks like the next couple of days, guys, temperature's going to stay roughly around about the same. There will be some showers in parts of the week, on parts of places in the weekend, but not as bad, I would say, as been as other days I think is the best way to describe it for them there. Let me just refresh that there just for reference there. It has not come through yet, my friend. Let me just check something on here. I can always check my emails to confirm for sure. Martin Brisk's membership's definitely been confirmed. Super chat, sorry, the Buy Me a Coffee hasn't gone through here yet. Viper Scott. It might take a few. It might take a while for it to come through, my friend. It might take a while for it to come through, but thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And yes, do join Daily Blase later for Friday Frolics, guys. It's going to be another fun show. You guys said he was doing a Friday Frolics on Christmas Day. That sounds fantastic. That will definitely be a lot of fun as well if you guys ain't got any plans on Christmas Day. So all the more reason, if you've got nothing planned on Christmas Eve, you can join me on Christmas Eve for a fun show there, guys. So yeah, definitely some stuff to look forward to for sure. Okay, guys, let's have a look and see what the news has been saying here. We're going to start with The Guardian here. And the UK politics, it says it's not clear who was behind the FCDO hack, says ministers amid reports of China-linked UK politics live. So Chris Bryant confirms October cyber attack has the Sun named Storm 1847. A Chinese hacker group is being responsible. To the UK Foreign Office has been a victim of cyber attack in October, says Chris Bryant. Minister says any individual at low risk from hack, whilst the Sun reports Chinese cyber gang responsible for the breach. So the UK's Foreign Commonwealth Development Office was hacked in October, the minister has said. So the Trade Minister in Keir Starmer's government told Sky News there was a low risk to any individual from the cyber attack. Details of the hack emerged on Friday in a report by the Sun, the scum, that claimed that a Chinese hacker group was behind the cyber attack. However, Bryant told broadcasters it was not clear who perpetrated the attack and cautioned against speculation. There certainly has been a hack at the FCDO, and we've been aware of that since October, he told Sky News. And just as you have been reported earlier this year on the cyber hack at the Jaguars Land Rover and at Marks & Spencer's earlier this year, I think it was at the British Library, and all these are really important things for us to tackle and be aware and prevent wherever possible. Some of the reporting has, I think, been more speculation than accurate. Yeah, so I don't know if it's Chinese. Like this, it does sound a lot more like it's coming from the Sun that it's a Chinese cyber gang. So the fact that it's coming from them, I'm not going to take that seriously, and neither should you, coming from the scum. But they have accepted there's been a cyber attack. They said there's not been any risk, but honestly, like if it was a major risk, do you honestly think the government would tell you if there was a major break-in? I'm very skeptical of that, guys. I don't think they would have told us. However, it is very concerning indeed that the Foreign Office was a victim of cyber attack. That is concerning. So the UK's borrowed more than expected in November amid the pre-budget pressure, apparently. So the ONS figures show public sector net borrowing was 11.7 billion. That's 1.9 billion less than the same month last year. So it borrowed more than expected in October. Official figures show amid pressure on the economy before Chancellor Rachel Reeves's autumn budget. Tom Davis, the ONS senior statistician, said despite an increase in spending, this month's borrowing was the lowest in November for 4 years. The main reason for the drop last year was increased receipts from taxes and national insurance contributions. However, across the financial year to date as a whole, borrowing is higher than last year. Borrowing the financial year to November was 132.3 billion. This was 10 billion more than the same 8-month period of 2024, the second highest figure for that period on record after 2020, during the height of the COVID pandemic. The figures come a day after the Bank of England cut interest rates for a 6th time since August last year, easing some of the pressure on borrowers in a pre-Christmas boost for UK's struggling economy there. I think, yeah, it's kind of a mere budget. It's not really one that's kind of really said that budget is like there's some things, but there's some, like there were some things in it, and it's kind of like the removal of the 2-child benefit cap. I've said this before, is a really good thing, but there are a lot of it is kind of like just maintaining the status quo sort of thing, it felt as well, which is there. Reform run Kent Council accused of blocking scrutiny of claimed it saved £40 million. So, Labour MP made a Freedom of Information request more than 5 months ago seeking information on how savings were calculated. So, the Reform 1 Kent Council have been accused of trying to block scrutiny after it refused for more than 5 months to provide evidence that it saved more than 40 million by cancelling 2 environmental projects that did not exist yet. What a surprise. Polly Billington, a Labour MP for Kent, first requested the background to the claim via Freedom of Information request in July. She said the subsequent delay had not been explained and seemed to show the council was embarrassed at what the documents would show. Kent County Council said it rejected any suggestion of a cover-up and that it planned to release the information to Billington, the East Thanet MP, later this week. Sure it will. The saga began when the Kent leader, Lyndon Cameron, told a council meeting on July the 10th that the authorities had saved £32 million by scrapping a programme to make properties more environmentally friendly and £7.5 million by not making the council fleet of vehicles electric by 2030. This prompted a Freedom of Information request. He worked in the green energy sector before becoming MP, which cancelled documents setting out how the total figures had been calculated. A response from the council in August said the only available information was 2 lines in the budget document, arguing that because they were only potential projects and not been formally agreed, no business cases had been compiled. Benson told the council it was not plausible that no other document or emails about the project existed, demanded that they be passed to her. Since then, the MP has written several more times to the council and then to Cameron, saying they had breached laws over FII requests and that she would take the case to the Information Commissioner's office. An email at the end of October, one of the council's FII officers apologised for the delay, saying they were currently waiting for a response from the leader's office. Basically, they're stalling. Reform Russia are stalling here. They made a figure up, thinking, if they just say it, they'll get away with it. And the MPs offered a Freedom of Information request, which, by the way, they are supposed to give that information out. There's no reason not to give that information out. It's not like it's a breach of national security. It's not like anyone's at risk. It's information that should be allowed for people to know, because you've made this claim. Okay, can we have the evidence? You know, you've made this claim that you've saved this money. Can you show us the evidence for it? And this is exactly what the MP wants. I want to see the evidence of this. And you haven't showed it. You haven't showed the evidence. Billington said she was shocked at what she called the lack of openness from the council. Shouldn't be shocked by this. This is Reform Russia we're talking about. About supposed savings on projects that never really existed. Yeah. When I submitted this transparency request, all I wanted was a bit of honesty from Reform UK. Are you joking? This is Reform UK we're talking about. Supposedly saving from these energy efficient products wasn't all that was claimed. I wasn't prepared to go prepared for the sheer lengths council leader Kremlin would apparently go in order to prevent the truth being released. Yeah, they're scared. The council are scared from the information being released because they know they're lying. If you have the information that verifies what you say, show the information. If you're not, you're just lying. It's just blatantly lying. Reform candidate who told Lammy to go home questioned other MPs' loyalty to the UK. Yeah, this is pretty disgusting. Labour says Nigel Farage's party should swiftly condemn Chris Parry after further comments emerged. Yeah. So a Reform Russian mayoral candidate who said David Lammy should go home to the Caribbean has suggested at least 8 other politicians from minority ethnic backgrounds do not have a primary loyalty towards the UK. This is pure racism here. Nigel Farage's party so far refused to condemn Chris Parry, a retired naval rear admiral who had been picked to contest Howe postponed Hampshire and the Solomon mayoral election for the party over his comments about Lammy, the deputy prime minister. How is this individual? How can someone with this kind of mindset be a rear admiral? How could this be? Like, it makes me sick to my stomach that someone who actually served our armed forces and was so blatantly racist here. In a post in February referring to a news story about the UK government supposedly considering talks about reparations for slavery, which ministers have in fact rejected, Parry said to have written that Lammy must go home to the Caribbean where his loyalties lie. Based on what? This is absolutely outrageous. Labour said the emergence of the other comments all made since May this year show Reform had to act swiftly, saying that it was dragging the party further into the gutter. Well, the thing is that as much as I want to agree that it's dragging them into the gutter, guys, the reality is the poll numbers are not changing. The poll numbers are not changing. The bulk of the comments, all made on X, involving quote retweeting posts by others about the politicians, some organising from far right and openly anti-Islamic tweets. They're not moving the numbers. It's not like these people are hell bent on reform. That like people who are backing reform, like they see these stories and it's not affecting them. Like it's not affecting them. Their mindset is they think it's scaremongering, or they think that they're just saying this stuff like it's not real. No, it's real, but they're not buying into it. Liberal Democrats call for an inquiry into a hostile foreign state interference to include the US. You're not going to get that. They should do, but they're not going to get that. Young people will suffer from the UK's ageing population, laws say. That is sadly true. I agree with that statement. The next generation will suffer that. I'm really pissed off about this story, guys. UK contactless card limit of £100 to be scrapped from the 19th of March. So what does this mean? So pretty much, guys, if you carry a card around with you, which some people still do, believe it or not. Not everyone relies solely on their mobile phone. Your bank card, when you buy shopping, there's always been a limit on how much you can use contactless, right? Normally, like when you use contactless 5 times, I believe, you have to put in your chip and pin to remind you of your chip and pin, right? And in order for if you spent more than £100, you had to use chip and pin. You just had to use chip and pin, pretty much here. This decision is designed for one reason and for one reason only, and that is to make people splash more of their cash. Essentially, it's the idea is to protect you as a customer purchasing more than you really should, as well, because it's a safeguard. Essentially, it's a main safeguard. But the biggest risk to this, the massive risk to this, of course. Which it's already insane that there's £100. It was up to £100. It's insane that. But now we're talking about scrapping the limit altogether. What this means is if someone steals your card and they go and spend, they can spend like £300 in another shop, literally with your card. If you don't realise your card is missing or has been stolen, right? If you don't report it quick enough, you have to get it locked out and whatnot. That person can still use that card because all they literally have to do is tap it. Yep. They don't need to verify who they are. They can use your bank card, spend £300. Like people can say, "Oh, that's not going to happen, Regan. It doesn't happen that often." People still get their handbags stolen. People still get theft. People still get things pickpocketed and whatnot. And this is no different. No, and all you're doing is making things worse. Like you should never have increased it to £100. The fact that they're getting rid of this is absolutely outrageous. And this is there's going to be a lot of people, a lot of pickpocketers and whatnot. They'll be looking at this and they'll be saying, I can swipe someone's card that has more than 300, 500, maybe even £1,000. And literally all I need to do is go into a shop, spend all that money with the card, and they can get away with it. Just by tapping. They won't need to know that person's chip and pin. They can spend as much as they want with that stolen card now. This is absolutely ridiculous. And the only reason this is done is to try and make people spend more money. Hate this. Absolutely hate this story. W.H. Smith tries to recover bonuses from ex-bosses as Watchdog investigates accounting error. They're not doing well, W.H. Smith, is what I hear. Retail sale unexpectedly fall in Great Britain in the run-up to Christmas. No one should be surprised by this. People have less money in their pocket. That's the sheer reality. That is the reality. Can you not set your own limit in the bank app? You probably can in Deduct, but for me, it shouldn't be something that you should have to actively set. It should be automatic. Something like that, it should be automatic. It should be set as... I mean, for me, contactless should be... Like, it's crazy enough that it was £100. You know? For me, like, it should be set at £50 and you have to use your chip and pin. Like, it's just so dangerous. You know, and we are relying on our phones for literally everything these days. And it's actually quite It's actually quite scary, guys, because that we're putting all our eggs in what the saying that I said in my Speaking My Mind video, guys. I talked about you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. Your mobile phone is literally everything. Like, you lose because your phone has everything on you. If you lose your phone, it's like the end of the bloody world. And that's why for me it's so important for me to have I still sometimes carry cash on me. I don't carry as much as I do, but I still carry cash on me. I like to have separate stuff. Like, I don't want everything all on my phone, because if something happens to my phone, I'm screwed. Like, and this is the thing, when I went to travel to Manchester, you know, my tickets for the wrestling show, they were on my phone. My tickets for the train were on the show. My booking reference for the hotel were on my phone. If I had lost my phone before I got to Manchester, for whatever reason, I'd be screwed. I'd be absolutely screwed. The only thing, I would have to rely on my bank card to pay for literally everything. In order to pay for literally everything, I wouldn't even be able to go to the show, because it was, I think it was near sold out anyway. But that's how terrifying it is now. You rely so much on your phone. Sorry, I just had to get that off my chest, because I don't like everything being all in one basket. I just think it's dangerous. Farage avoids police investigation over alleged electoral breach law. Yeah, the police are arguing that the story's too long ago now, which is infuriating. UK's first military barracks housing asylum seekers closes after 6 years. There. UK government strategy to protect women and girls from violence seriously underfunded. It says there as well. That's not good. That's not good. I think we'll leave all those stories there. Let's have a switch gears and see. Let's have a look at some other stories here, guys. I heard today they're releasing the Epstein files in full. I don't know how realistic how much of it's going to be released, but we'll definitely touch on it Monday for sure. Violence breaks out in Bangladesh after prominent protest leader dies. Oh. Violent protests erupt in Bangladesh after the death of a prominent youth leader of last year's student uprising that ousted the Prime Minister. Sharif Omar Hadi, 32, was shot last week in the capital, Dhaka, and died of his injuries on Thursday in hospital in Singapore. Oh dear. India did not interfere in Bangladesh, Bangladesh's embassy said in New Delhi. So here's a recap of the latest developments. Platform for Revolutionaries urged its followers to avoid violence as angry protesters over the killing of the movement spokesperson Sharif Omar Hadi rocked the country. Bangladesh's interim government has also condemned the outbreak of violence, including arson attacks on 2 newspapers and the alleged lynching of a Hindu man as well. Hadi's body is on his way back to Bangladesh from Singapore, where he was receiving medical treatment before he died, according to the BSS news agency. Oh, he wasn't even in the country, he was in Singapore. Mosques throughout Bangladesh are expected to offer special prayers for him today. The main political parties have expressed condolences over Hadi's killing. The interim leader described the death as an irreplaceable loss to the nation's political and democratic sphere. So they're saying this was a political. They're alleging it's a political killing. Protesters pledged to keep action until gunmen's brought to justice. Mostly students, mostly people from all walks of life, and some political party elements as well. Their main slogan is "We want justice for the killer, Oscar Hadi." There are rumours that the gunman apparently escaped to India through the border, although it's not been proven. The protesters say all who are convicted in India should be reprimanded to Bangladesh. A strong anti-India settlement in the crowd. They say India always meddles in Bangladesh's affairs, particularly right before the elections. That former Prime Minister Shini Hassan has been making provocative statements from India, where she is taking shelter. This is what the people are demanding. They're saying the gunman must be brought to justice as soon as possible. They continue to protest. That's not good. That's really bad. That's really, really bad. Palestinian action hunger strikers are dying in prison, UK doctor warns. A doctor in contact with the activists saying all 6 are in critical stage, 2 of whom have refused food for almost 7 weeks. Jesus. I am so angry with the government over this story. Because they won't even speak to them. They won't even speak to them over the situation. Yeah, they won't talk to them. They will not talk to them. The government are just ignoring this. It's so infuriating. The British government are just ignoring it. They're absolutely ignoring these people. It's absolutely heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. Also, a blocker card in your wallet is a good idea until stolen, of course. I always pay cash. That way I don't overspend. I take out what I need and leave some for direct debits. Yeah, cash is still a very good thing. Like, I understand why people are a bit hesitant to carry cash now. Cash is still king, is what I would say, because you're in control of that. It's physical. It's in your hand. We can't even use cash here. Maybe at a food store, but that sits as Indie Duck. You can't use cash where you are at all. That's terrible. I know, 7 weeks. I know. It's absolutely horrible. RSF artillery strike kills 16 civilians in Sudan in Bottle Kolofam. Still no ceasefire there in Sudan. Gaza's tech workers code from rubble as Israel's war destroys digital life. Bangladesh on the edge. Yep. 5 killed as US military destroys 2 more vessels in the Pacific Ocean. Another two boats have been destroyed by the US government. The EU agrees a hefty £105 billion of Ukraine loans without using Russian assets. Why? So honestly, why are we not using the Russian assets? EU leaders decide to borrow cash to fund Ukraine's offensive rather than use the frozen, diplomats say. Why? European leaders agreed to approve an interest-free loan to Ukraine to meet its military and economic needs in its war with Russia for the next 2 years. Leaders decide early on Friday to borrow cash on capital markets to fund Ukraine's defense against Russia rather than use frozen Russian assets. It's significant for support. Yeah, like, don't get me... Look, I want to make this very clear. Like, I'm very pleased that the EU as a whole is agreeing a huge... That's £105 billion. That's a huge amount of funding, right? Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm very... Like, I appreciate the funding support for Ukraine. That's a huge amount of money over the next 2 years. But what are we doing with these Russian assets? I know it's not... I know it's complicated. I understand it's complicated. I also understand that Brussels, who are holding the assets, there's some kind of liability that they're worried about having if the assets is used as well. But my God, what are we like? Can we not get over this hurdle? Like, we have a deal, provide 90 billion. Costs did not specify the source of the funding, which came after EU leaders worked deep into Thursday night to reach an agreement. Said it would come from capital markets securing against EU budget rather than the bloc proceeding with its contagious plans to use Russian frozen assets rather than support loan office. So it's a big loan. Basically, the EU's taken out a massive loan for this. At the same time, EU government said the European Parliament will continue discussing setting up a loan for Ukraine that would be based on Russian central bank assets. Friday's deal will not affect the financial obligations of Hungary, Slovakia, and the Czech Republic did not want to contribute to the financing of Ukraine, the text said. It's ridiculous. Said on Friday, law and sanity won after EU leaders decided to borrow cash to fund Ukraine rather than use Russian frozen assets. Major blow to EU warmongers led by Fail Ursula, voice of the reason of the UK, blocked the illegal use of Russian reserves to fund Ukraine, Dmitrov said on X. Belgium was scared to get got most of the assets. Yeah, I know. Like, for me, like the assets should be spread among most nations, not just one. So that everyone takes a hit, not just Brussels. It shouldn't be just Brussels holding that. I agree. I understand that. They should not. I don't think Brussels should be holding them. They should not be holding most of the. If the assets aren't evenly spread, they should be evenly spread. Is what I would say on that. Let's switch gears, guys, because I want to have a look at some other stories from other headlines as well. That one there. BBC here, government data stolen in hack, ministers confirms. Yep. Elections face further delays over council shake-up. UK to ban deepfake AI notification apps. Yep, that makes total sense. Secret bugging of SNP, MSP unacceptable, says John Sweeney. I'm pretty sure Damon Gaines covered that on the Good Morning Show. But that's very scary that people are bugging MSPs there. That sounds very dodgy indeed. Leafskin, good to see you there. Hope you are doing well. Von Nack, good to see you there as well. Hope you are both doing well. Anybody else lurking in the chats? Farmers bewildered and frightened over inheritance tax report fines. King's speech set for a week after crunch elections. Interesting. Boys to be sent on courses to tackle misogyny in schools. I have no problem with that. That's good. If it helps them understand, gets them, that drives a wedge of men away and boys away from Andrew Tate. That is a good thing. We need to drive them away from him. IX trial paused after soldier falls ill in another vehicle. Apparently, there. Starmer faces rebellion over plan to cut jury trials. From the sounds of it, there. Front of UK. Yeah, retail sales fall. We know about that. Millions head home for Christmas on the busiest day of the festive giveaway. What's pushing up the cost of Christmas dinner this year? Lots of things. This is going up every year. Buttons bought for in £40 job lot sells for £61,000. Jesus. UK names Christian Turner as ambassador to US, replacing Peter Mandelson. Well, as long as he's got no connections to Epstein, he should be okay. Don't know too much about him. It's a very quiet story, this is. Turner spent 30 years working all across Whitehall and the Foreign Office as a new ambassador. He have to negotiate relations with the Trump administration. Yep. The White House is looking forward to working with him. Foreign Office said in a statement that King Charles had formally appointed Turner, and the UK would now seek official approval or agreement for his appointment from the US. Don't know too much about him. You guys can tell me in the chat whether he's going to be a good pick or not. Not that. So, well, let's have a look. Let's have a look at American news. We haven't really looked at too much of the big American news here. This is from the Associated Press here. Man suspected in Brown University shooting MIT professor killing is found dead, officials said. The FBI have been so bloody slow in dealing with this issue. Been really, really piss poor, my understanding on this. Trump suspends green card lottery program that let Brown University MIT shooting suspects into the US. Want to know about the man authorities said carried out the attack. How one anonymous tipster cracked the Brown University shooting case. A photo Miss Finland sparks accusations of racism and follow across Asia. Is that the picture? Just I don't know too enough about that story. Young conservative woman find a home in Turning Point with Charlie Cook's widow at the helm. Trump gives an unusual partisan White House address. Should network giving him the TV time? I saw this speech through Vosh's video, and it was just ramble. It was one of the most rambling rambles from Donald Trump. And it's sounded like, and I agree with Vosh actually. I think he's losing support. He's losing his base, and he's desperate to tell everyone that everything is doing fine. Which in fact is not going fine for him. It's not been going well for him lately. A sunrise crowd gathers at Bondi Beach in solace and defiance after the massacre. Oh, that's good. Yeah, lots of people. That's thousands of people gathered on Sydney Bondi Beach early Friday for a paddle out to honour the victims of Sunday's mass shooting. Local media reported people on paddleboards and surfboards took to the sea, forming a huge circle to hold a moment's silence for the victims of the anti-Semitic attack during the Hanukkah celebration at Bondi Beach. That's a beautiful tribute. Can we have a listen? I don't know if we can actually see some video footage. Let's have a try, guys. Oh wait, they want to play boring ads first. The assets are leveraged, so best to keep them as long as possible. Maybe. There's no sound. Okay, there's no sound. They don't have any sound. Wow. That's a lot of people. This is impressive. It's pretty impressive to form the circle. There we go. Wow, that's some great shots of it. Great solidarity there. Very, very good. Very, very good solidarity there on what was a terrible, terrible massacre. Speaker Johnson was ready to move on from ACA subsidies, but his members had other plans. Yeah, man, you know, a lot of Americans are going to die as a result if you don't do something, you know, but I don't think they're going to do anything. British baker criticism of Mexicans' ugly bread triggers social media outrage. Oh, God. What do we know about Trump's order seeking to relax federal drug policies for all marijuana? Maybe he's taking some of it. Putin tells his annual news conference that the Kremlin's military goals will be achieved in Ukraine. Okay. You know, how is your economy doing, by the way? How's your economy doing, Putin? EU leaders, yep, we know about that story. Palestinian family trying to rebuild their lives in the ruins of Gaza. It's just absolutely horrible for some people. Absolutely horrible. ICE drags woman through Minneapolis street. Oh my God. Trump writes partisan plaque for predecessors of his newly installed presidential Walk of Fame. Fact-checking President Trump's address to the nation. It was a lot of bollocks. That's all you need to know, guys. His speech was a lot of bollocks. Movie review, Wonder Avatar, Fire and Ash. Has anyone seen Avatar, the new film? Is it actually good? Has anyone actually seen it? Like, I was a fan of the first one. The second one was okay. I don't know. I really liked the first one. The second one I wasn't so keen on. What is this one like? Has anyone? I've not even looked at the trailers, to be fair. I'm not sure if I want to. Part of me does want to go and see it because I've seen all Avatar films in the cinema. So I might just drag my missus along. I might just drag my missus along to it, guys. I might do. Let me just check the Buy Me a Coffee, see if it's already updated. It has not come through. If I've got my friend there, I don't know if it actually went. If they told you it's gone through, confirmed on your end, just for reference there. If they actually said that it's gone through or not, but no, it hasn't here. Let me check my because I actually have two Buy Me a Coffees, obviously. So let me. Yeah, because I've got two Buy Me a Coffees. So I see the person bought it from that one, right? Yeah, it's for those who don't know, there's two for some reason I've got two Buy Me a Coffees there. Which is yeah, I know I've got two ones there, right? Yeah, let me switch it back to that one. Okay. Yeah. Hi, Roger Devine and Hoots. Good to see you both. Hope you guys are doing well. Anybody else lurking in the chats? Let's keep going because we ain't got a lot of time. Got about 9 minutes. I do have a lot of work to do today. UK politics for the Independent. Labour cracks down on NIMBYs as landmark bill passes. Is that the one chance to stop major projects being built on your doorstep under Labour's NIMBYism crackdown? Labour has created new barriers for those who would seek to oppose large developments in the area, and its landmark planning bill becomes law. Designed to enable homes and critical infrastructure to build faster, the planning infrastructure bill introduced several key changes to how new developments are passed. Local campaigners will now have just one chance to bring a legal challenge against the government back to major infrastructure projects, rather than the current three when their cases are deemed hopeless. Those who seek to block developments like these are often known as NIMBYs, standing for Not in My Backyard. So you only get one opportunity. I think it should. I'm not sure about that. So you only get one opportunity to challenge. Man, if you're going to challenge, you got to make sure you have. If you are going to make a challenge, you need to make sure your case is a good bloody one. Because if you get it wrong, you've got no. That's it. Daylight changes our Landmark Planning Infrastructure Act will tear down barriers. Yeah. That's gotta be careful with that. Bought Patreon membership is not showing up. Have you got an email confirming it, Rosemary? Have you got an email confirming it? You can join it for free first, but did you get an email confirming it? You should get an email confirmation or something like that. Nobody's getting bad reviews regularly. Thanks for that. Yeah, I like, here's the thing, like I understand the government wants to drive development. Like, I get that position from the government, because we are behind on stuff because the Conservatives did bugger all in their 14 years of control. I totally accept that premise. I understand that, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of people are going to get pushed into the curb and whatnot. Nigel Farage avoids police probe. Yep, unfortunately he does. We know about that story. Labour, we treat violence against women like terror and gang crime. Starmer warned by 39 Rebel MPs against scrapping jury trials. Early Christmas present for homeowners as Bank of England cuts rates. Michelle Malone's Link PP MedPro or wind up order to repay 148 million. Only 148 million. Yeah, because normally, Rosemary, I'll get a notification. It actually pops up straight away if there's a change there. Prosecutions for tube fare evasion jumps to its highest level in 6 years. Wow. So how much are they charging now? Penalty fare issued to Dockland Light Railway are set to double this year as the number of prosecutions for fare evasion on London grounds risen to its highest level. So what's the fares? What's the fares? Penalty fares are set at £100 and are reduced to £50 to pay within 21 days. Do you get £100? You get fined £100. And there's a lot of them. Yeah. So it comes fare evasion with 13,180 penalty notes, 850 handouts in 2024-2025 for those dodging barriers at the underground station across the capital. 13,000. Well, you have to remember as well is that a lot of people, like, it's so expensive. It's so expensive. This is something I'll touch on with you guys as well for those who don't know. So I couldn't believe when I had to get the tram from Manchester Piccadilly to the Etihad campus, which is where the Manchester City were playing football as well as the wrestling show in the Co-op Arena in Mina Arena. Do you know how much my ticket cost? I actually didn't buy. I didn't see an option for a return ticket when I was paying for my ticket for the tram there in Manchester. But so I just bought a day ticket, and I was just like, because I just wanted to make sure I get my ticket. Cost me like £3.50 for zone 1 and 2. £3.50 for me if I wanted to go back and forth on the tram in zones 1 and 2 of Manchester. £3.50. That's really good in comparison to some prices in London. Just want to make that clear. And by the way, that, you know, to be fair, like, that's a hell of a lot better than London. So fair play for for Andy Burnham keeping those prices down. Yeah, I understand it's still it's not perfect, but it's better than London, that's for sure, when it comes to paying for your fare around. Like, it's like I think it's like 15 quid or something. Like, yeah, it's just insane in London, the tube fares. And they're going up significantly next year as well. 5% increase. 80k of stolen power tools seized at London car boot sale. Children requesting armed police officers to guard parties. Families of missing people being trolled online. That's horrible. Burglar caught after leaving Red Bull cans at a crime scene. What? A burglar was caught in the middle of a break-in after he left Red Bull cans at the scene of his other crimes. Wills Week 28 of Coach broke into 2 bars on December 28th, where he emptied the tills and helped himself to vulnerable valuables. During the break-in, he slipped on cans of Red Bull, which he left the bar after fleeing. Using forensic evidence, Oxfordshire police was able to link him to the burglaries when he tried to raid another bar on the 12th of December. He was caught after being charged with 3 counts until wheat appeared and not in cow, of course. So it's all because he kept drinking. All because he kept drinking Red Bull, he got caught. All because he kept drinking, he got caught there. Unbelievable. Let me refresh these. Ah, there it goes. Someone bought me 5 coffees for a Merry Christmas for a friend. I believe that's you. Thank you so much, Viper Scott, for... I'm pretty sure that's you, if you want to confirm. By the way, guys, I have not taken any of the money out of Patreon or Buy Me a Coffees since the demonetization. The money is still there, just for reference. Thank you so much for that, Viper Scott, if that is you, just to confirm. £150 here if you can store. You have a registered car within 10 days. It drops to £20. Says Indie Duck Mail. I don't get on trains. I don't like them. You're not a train person, Ellie. Not a train person. I know we've just gone over 12 o'clock. Let me just have a quick look at one more. Just have a quick look at African news here. See if any interesting news is. Tension between South Africa and US rise over detention of US officials. Russian bombs hit Zaporizhzhia, wounding 35 and intensifying frontline battles. In Sudan, the UN says the RSF have killed 1,000 civilians in the Zamzam refugee camp back in April. That's absolutely terrible. Bulgarian protests continue. Citizens demand the end to corruption and fair judiciary. I covered this a while ago on Global News. So Bulgaria is still not in a very good place right now. Remember, they're switching next year. They're supposed to be switching to the euro currency as well. Sudan's top general meets Egyptian president amid growing pressure to end the resulting war. Nigeria issue a formal apology to Burkina Faso over airspace violation. Those are some of the stories there from Africa News from the looks of it there. Let's just have a quick look. I just want to touch on a couple more stuff. All right, thank you, Viper Scott. I appreciate it. Too late to investigate Farage. Jaw-dropping revelations of alleged Hollywood office bugging. Yep. Have they got any exclusives just out of curiosity that's worth looking at? No. Unsafe meat warning after 70 butchers geese dumped on the roadside. Jesus. That's disgusting. How online stores are making life hell for families for the missing. Yeah, that's absolutely just terrible, terrible, terrible indeed. Right, guys, I'm going to have to leave it there because we are gone past 12 o'clock. I'm just going to double check again. Thank you again, Martin, for joining the Patreon. I really appreciate it. I will add your name to the list below. I appreciate that. I will make sure I get that done. I get a confirmation email and then it's easier for me to set up there. But I will add your name to the list on Monday for sure. But yeah, guys, the list down here below. Obviously, if you buy me a coffee or become a paid YouTube member, obviously you join the list. Obviously, I don't know why sometimes it doesn't work for some people. I don't know if it might be something to do. I don't know if it's. I honestly don't know what it is. I just hope people don't lose their money. If they do. So just be careful. Just be careful with it, guys. But I just want to say we're not done with the live streams here. I am going to be live streaming on Monday for another Good Morning show. I am going to be doing a Viewpoint show as well at 8 o'clock. So there's going to be plenty there. There will be short videos dropping as usual on this platform over the weekend. On Monday, it's going to carry on the short videos all the way into the new year. Nothing's going to change along that, guys. It's just a case of me just getting them done, guys. Yeah, it hasn't come through yet. I need it to come through. I need it to come through. I haven't seen my notification yet for it here. So it might be a case. It might take a while to come through there. But yeah, if it comes through by Monday, I'll definitely add it. I just need the confirmation on my end there. But Rosemary, thank you if you have. If you have, I really appreciate it. There. But yeah, guys, make sure you check out Friday Frolics today at 5 o'clock. I've got lots of work for me to do. I will continue to chase up what's happening in terms of the demonetization But I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who for being here. Thank you guys for all your comments. Thank you guys for all the likes, sharing, and subscribing. We have reached our goal of 2,500 subscribers, which is a fantastic. I would have liked 3,000 at the start of the year, but can't always get what you want. So I do appreciate the new subscribers. I really, really do. If you guys want to follow me on any other social medias, you can check out the links in the descriptions as well if you want to follow me on there. You can also follow our free Discord community as well. You can also join us on there as well. And there'll be plenty of live streams within the new year coming up, guys. I'm looking to arrange a chat with Van Man Talks. We'll have the roundtable in the new year. We'll also have the Eco Flex show with Wanaruku Pagan again. So there's plenty to look forward to within the new year. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend, whatever you guys are doing. Take care of yourselves as always. Thank you again for giving your time for me. I really appreciate it. And thanks for coming out, even though I've not been here for the last 2 days. I really appreciate everyone's support. And just before I hit the outro, thank you to everyone who's bought me a coffee or has joined the Patreon to kind of help me in terms of what's been happening lately with the demonetization. I really do appreciate it. I really cannot stress that enough. It really means the world to me. And I'm not going to take the money out yet because I want to know what's happening in terms of my money with my payment with Google, whether I'm still going to get paid this month or not. I'm pretty confident I will. Don't know for sure, guys. But when I do, I will let you guys know anyway, guys. Just see a giant spider just decided to pop up close to me. To be fair, he's fine there. I'm not the biggest fan of spiders, shall we say. Alright guys, on your way out, if you can, please hit that like button, share this across social media, subscribe if you haven't already, do check out Rumble as well, link is down below, and thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon.